Welcome to the Your Historical Photos channel. Be sure to subscribe and like so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. Anna Coleman Ladd, an American sculptor, created prosthetics for WWI soldiers with severe facial injuries. Just minutes after the nuclear bomb exploded over Nagasaki in 1945, the city was left in ruins. In 1944, Nazis selected Hungarian Jews for the gas chambers in Auschwitz as part of the final solution. In 1991, Princess Diana shook hands with an AIDS patient without gloves, breaking stigma and fear. In 1945, Danish resistance fighters captured and disarmed German soldiers. During the Second Battle of Sirte, March 22, 1942, HMS Cleopatra released smoke to protect the convoy while HMS Euryalus raised its guns to attack the Italian fleet. A Christmas party was held in an underground London shelter on December 25, 1940, during World War II bombings. In 1946, Albert Einstein visited Lincoln University, the first higher education institution for African Americans, to deliver a lecture. In 1944, crew members of a German U-boat swam in the Atlantic Ocean to cool off during World War II. In 1960, Otoyo Yamaguchi assassinated Injiro Asanuma with a traditional wakizashi sword. An 1864 photo by George N. Barnard shows a slave trader on Whitehall Street, Atlanta, Georgia. On September 4, 1957, Dorothy became the first black student to enroll at Harry Harding High School in Charlotte, North Carolina. In 1917, people were already taking risky selfies at Lookout Mountain, Chattanooga, Tennessee. A Victorian lady practiced horseback riding using a motorized simulation device, showcasing elegance and tradition. In 1910, electricity and water were combined to treat rheumatism using special bathtubs. A 4-year-old newspaper seller worked in Tampa, Florida, as one of the youngest vendors. In 1911, Mary, a 4-year-old girl, peeled oysters in Louisiana, earning little while also caring for a sick baby. In 1897, miners set out to the Klondike in Canada during the Gold Rush, one of the largest migrations in that region's history. In April 1945, Dutch resistance members celebrated Hitler's death, marking the fall of the Nazi regime. An American soldier kissed his girlfriend in Hyde Park, London, in 1945 as World War II came to an end. In 1963, 2 young women at the San Francisco Museum were more fascinated by an air fan than the modernist artwork. In 1939, Azerbaijani shepherds listened to music records during their leisure time under Soviet influence. In 1936, Zen monks in Tokyo practiced air raid drills with gas masks during rising tensions before World War II. A soldier reached out to a survivor hiding in a cave. In 1936, in Burgos, Spain, a rebel fighter threw a grenade during the civil conflict. In 1939, during his sentencing in Finland, a Russian spy smiled defiantly. In 1961, a German soldier disobeyed orders to help a boy cross the newly built Berlin Wall. In 1939 in Leningrad, gas mask training sessions prepared civilians for potential attacks. A French biplane flew over Paris in 1916, captured in an aerial records album. Relatives prayed at the Ardeatine Cave in Rome, where Nazis killed 335 civilians on March 24, 1944. In 1962, a milkman delivered milk on skis in London. In 1896, a sponge peddler in New York attracted attention in the busy streets. Sugar Ray Robinson became a boxing legend, remembered as one of the greatest athletes in the sport. In 1885, a portrait of Masita D'Angele, a Filipino woman, captured her classic beauty. The Transcontinental Railroad, 1868, transformed transportation across Nevada. On February 20th, 1939, 20,000 Americans attended a Nazi rally at Madison Square Garden, New York. In 1920, Paris hosted an innovative and daring cabaret show, blending irreverence and forbidden themes. In 1887, Glacier Point in Yosemite Valley was a popular scenic spot. In 1922, England introduced the motorized stroller, making child transportation easier. In 1901, a Russian Orthodox priest dressed in elk fur was photographed, showing the church's cultural influence. The Statue of Liberty, 1886, was designed by Frederick August Bartholdi to symbolize freedom and friendship between France and the U.S. In 1907, Paul Cornu achieved the first free flight of a rotary wing aircraft. In 1920, in Brittany, France, the lace lady became a local fashion icon. In 1934, London's Battersea area was both industrial and culturally vibrant. In 1942, newspaper production was a manual and technical process involving movable type and rotary printing machines. Graham Hill and his son Damon both became Formula One world champions, 1962, 1968, and 1996. In 1917, 10,000 U.S. sailors formed a massive flag in Illinois. In 1964, Daleks invaded Cardiff, Wales, in a famous Doctor Who story. In 1940, during a drag show rehearsal, British soldiers were interrupted by an air raid and manned anti-aircraft guns. Carl Kroll, an animal psychologist, researched telepathic communication between humans and dogs. A one-year-old jar of burnt figs was found in Ekron, Israel. In 1952, Ozzy Osbourne, known as the Prince of Darkness, was just 4 years old. Allied forces intervened in the Russian Civil War to support the White Army against the Bolsheviks. Dubai transformed from a desert into a modern hub, while Toyota maintained its traditional identity. Geronimo appeared at the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair, symbolizing native resistance.